What's up, everybody? How you doing? This is the next step of how to really carve series. So basically, I don't like using the arms to making that's just dog shit. You don't need to use your arms. I'm a fan of silent body. It's very silent upper body when you're doing things. But actually, when you're making bigger and bigger turns, you will want to be playing with rotation. So I'm going to show you a couple of things of how to get really stable on your board's edges, really learning them without even carving. And even this morning, it was really firm ice groomers, and I was just doing this stuff, switch and regular, just really practicing being completely balanced on my board's edges, but with a very twisted upper body, doing weird things like that. And then when I'm actually in those carves, nothing feels foreign when I'm going for a big rotation into, say, like a laid out carve where I'm putting it down kind of in front of me, or a heel side in front of me on that side. So it's more about just like practicing this stuff, really getting tuned in with your edges and being comfortable being in different balanced positions and upper body rotated positions. So let me show you one of my favorite things, which I think you should absolutely do. And this one, anytime you're carving, you'll actually have to throw in speed checks all the time. Maybe someone cuts you off, foosh, and this is the perfect drill to be able to do that. The ultimate thing on a snowboard is being able to dictate your board to do whatever you want, ultimate control. So you need these skidded turns where you're counter rotating, and that's kind of the same motion as slasher bombs and a lot of things out there. Buttering tricks, this will help for everything, and even carving, even though this has nothing to do with carving, just being balanced over your board. Let's do a little lead cam. So this is rotating, and you could almost think about like putting your arms as a seat belt across you as you're doing these. Years ago, I saw at Wild Mountain in Wisconsin a guy doing that all day, every run, and it just looked like the goofiest thing. But I wouldn't suggest it all on every run, but I would absolutely play around with it and try to make it really aggressive, because it'll help just learn your edges better. Let's do a little follow cam of it. Got TJ here helping me tape, thank you. And yeah, nothing hard about that, but I promise it will help. And the next step, we're going to do crazy rotations with the board and basically completely disconnect our upper body from our lower body. All right, next up will be this, where basically you want your hands in front of you the whole time. Or maybe we'll do some funky things with my hands just to make it visually stimulating, interesting, and compelling to the mind. But below me, disconnecting the entire body and being able to do a full 360 with the board, I guess it would be. And you're basically, a lot of times you'll want to be very centered. If you're a beginner snowboarder, this is perfect. Nice, easy way to be centered on your board. You do some weird shit like this, and you can be heavier on your nose and tail, and maybe fall. It just happens. But as you get better and better at snowboarding, you want to be balanced at all times with doing all sorts of different rotations. If you're going into a frontside 360, you're gonna, here's the jump, you're gonna start with that. You want to be balanced through that, the whole thing. Backside, you're gonna open up extra far while you're on your toe side edge. So this will just help with it being balanced in different positions, disconnected, and not just in a side slip position the whole time. Rock and roll. right, now a shot demonstrating just how much different rotation I can be at any point. So do a little 360 butter, nollie butter and trick off of that thing down there. And yeah, you'll see, boom, a big wind up. I definitely ain't gonna be in side slip position the whole time. And the next thing with being able to, you know, instead of this and using this, look at how much extra I could see when I open up. And I promise you, if you're doing these big carves like I regularly do, you will get hit. It's only a matter of time. That's why as soon as you initiate a toe side carve, you want to be, boom, checking there. And then on the heel side, as soon as you're actually right before I finish the toe side too, I'm like, okay, I'm clear here. And then as soon as I'm rotating in, boom, I want to make 100% sure that I'm not going to get hit. That's the only way to be safe, and playing with rotation with your body will really help that. So let's have TJ lead cam me, and I'll demonstrate, hopefully, me looking up the hill. So that is the benefit of playing with the rotation. And the snow is pretty hard to make ripping turns right now, but that actually really help your heel side turns too. When I started playing with the rotation, I literally let out an yeah one day when it was just like the best heel side carve of my life at that point. So yeah, playing around with the rotation, getting balanced on your board, and no matter what situations, whether you're skidding turns, whether you're buttering around, just being balanced as heck. So sometimes you just gotta slow it down, quit your skidded turns, and learn some kind of new ways of riding your board, and it makes it more interesting.
Throwing up some slush.
All right, my basic point today is basically not every day is going to be an epic carving day. Today was icy as heck in the morning. Now it's slushy as heck. Weird things happen, but nonetheless, you can work on some other things that will really help your carving. So playing around with just separating your upper body, playing around with those counter rotated turns, all those type of things can really actually help your carving too, and you'll want to mix those type of things in with your carving. The last thing I'll say, so hey, you know what, I'll wrap this up. Thank you for watching Epi Shredding and Kapla. But the last thing I'll say is, on those icy mornings especially, just like get used to standing on your edge, going across the run, across the run, across the run. Like let's tape just this one last thing. Just stand on your edge. Just making it big, back back and forth across, just hours. And you know, I've thought about this so much, just hours and hours and hours of standing on your tippy toes on those toe side ones across, finessing it with your ankles and feet and knees, and then on your heel sides, just knees bent, trying to absorb everything. And just hours and hours and hours of that. That's really what helps you carve. And you can listen to tutorials all day, watch a billion on YouTube, but unless you actually go out there and work on your own carves, it's probably not going to do too much. So I wish you success. Kapla! Thank you for taping me today.
Yeah, man. It's good to be out here.